Hi there. Welcome to Real Life on the Homestead in Ontario. And I'm Marie. I did it again. Sorry. I should have been recording what I was doing today because it might interest you. But it's okay because I'm going to do 2 batches, so I'll bring you along with the next one. Just opening up my canner. And this is what I've been working on today. Where are my tongs? Like seriously, where are my tongs? I had put them on the railing and knocked them off. Anyway, this is what we've been working on today. Canned beans, ready, shelf stable. All you gotta do is open it and go. And the nice thing about this is I do them from completely dry beans. No pre-soaking, nothing special. The easiest thing. I think the only thing easier than this is canning water. But anyway, I'm going to take you along for that. But let me tell you why I look so disheveled. It's been quite the day. And I know I've said that before, but holy shit, it's been quite the day. Let me get this out of the pot and we'll talk about what's going on, and then I'll show you how to make these canned beans. As you can see, the jars are still boiling, and I'm going to pull them out, sit them here, and just let them settle down, cool off. I may even leave them here overnight. But see that? Still part of the processing time, so leave them alone. Well, we've moved inside and now we're ready to can our beans. When I say this is so simple, as easy as canning water, I am not kidding you. This is the easiest way to have ready to go beans. So if you don't want to pre-soak, you're in a rush, you just want to open a can of something and go, and you don't have to depend on those metal cans from the store that get dented and are expensive as hell. You can just buy your dry beans and do it this way. Now, I buy my dry beans in bulk, and if you want, I'll link my big haul that I did last fall of when I went to get my beans. But what I'm gonna do is measure out. For a half-liter jar, 500 mils, I'm using a half a cup of beans. And I'm gonna do 4 cups. I've already sorted these, by the way. I'm gonna do half cup per jar, and I'm gonna do 4 jars. I've already done my liter jars, so these are gonna be my half-liter jars. There we go. So that is actually 2 cups. And you know what? I'm gonna throw those little tiny bits in because it's not gonna be much. It'll be rounded half cup. I've sorted these earlier, as I said, so I'm just gonna rinse these off. I use well water, so I know that my water is clean. I would not use chlorinated water. Now, I don't use a microphone, so I hope you can hear me. Let's do this so I don't drip all over the floor. So now that I've rinsed them off, I am gonna put a good half cup of beans in each jar. I am doing Romano beans here, as well as black beans. I've already got chickpeas and red kidney beans over in the canner already. I'm going to measure out a half cup per 500 milliliter jar. If you were doing liter jars or full quarts, you would do a cup of beans. I'm doing Romano beans here and some black beans. I've already got my red kidney beans and my chickpea or garbanzo beans in the canner. And I also do white navy beans. I've got a small handful left over here. And I just realized you're looking at me instead of what I'm doing. So the next batch you get to watch what I'm doing. I do white navy beans as well. But what I'm going to do is turn this camera down so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Isn't that amazing? That's what happens when you're not a professional at doing this. What I'm going to do is I will do some white kidney beans or navy beans, sorry. But I'm going to do those in baked bean style, and I'll do that on a different video. So I'm doing half a cup per 500 ml, and because didn't get to really show you what I was doing the first time because the camera wasn't on the right angle, I'm going to rinse these out. I've already sorted these beans. It's sure a lot better when you can see what I'm doing, right? I'll tell you. And this is why I forget to record half the times, because I'm just going along with the flow and doing what I need to do. So let me tell you while I'm doing this, why it's been so crazy on the homestead. Remember when I did the video of the chickens getting murdered? Well, a couple of days ago, the beehive got attacked by a bear. I did see him, so I knew it was a bear. Knocked over the hive. So this morning, I was repairing the hive at the same time as I was canning. And I was in a bee suit and sweating my ass off. That is why I look so disheveled. So there's our black beans. And you're seeing how hard this is, right? Such a joke, honestly. I'm actually going to do some pigeon peas. Some people call it, instead of pigeon peas, I think they call them Congo beans or peas. I do these with rice, and I love having these ready to go. So again, I'm gonna rinse these off and measure them out. Oh, almost doubled that jar. And I always have like a little bit left over because I do a rounded measure. So let's get these into the jar. It's not by a lot. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna see if I can get stuff out of the way so you can see what I'm doing clearly. Once I have my jars done, here we go. I am going to put just not even a half a teaspoon of salt, maybe a quarter teaspoon of salt per jar. And that is only preference. You don't have to do this. I do like my beans a little salted when I can them. If you wanted to, you could absolutely leave the salt out. I am using my pink Himalayan salt. You can use kosher salt, pickling salt, just nothing with iodine. Now I'm gonna get some water and show you the next step. And from this point, all you're going to do is fill your jars. I use warm water to your bottom line of your jar. I also did my garlic the other day. So I had cured it and then I just literally cleaned off the roots. And I bundled them up. There we go. This is not taking long, is it? Nice thing is, I don't have to worry if I get anything on the rims because there is no grease here. This is just water. And then all you do is take your clean lids and screw the top. You don't have to do it over tight and don't do it too loose. Just like literally finger tight. There, that's good. You no longer have to have your lids hot. It used to be recommended that you have your lids hot when you place them on your jars. The truth is that canner is gonna go up to 220. That's plenty hot. It will seal, it will sterilize. As long as your jars are clean, washed, you don't need to be disinfecting them or sterilizing them when you're pressure canning. Now, is that fast or is that fast? And that's so simple. And then we are just going to can as we normally do. When I'm using my Presto canner and these 500 milliliter jars, I could fit 16 in there. When I'm doing my liter jars, I can fit 7. So I'm going to load up the canner and show you the process of canning. I've done this in videos before, but I always like to repeat it to make sure that you feel safe doing this. All right, back outside we go. And do you notice my farmer's tan? Pretty cool, eh? That's from working in the garden with a t-shirt. Oh, look at this, just lovely. And then being so hot working on the bees that I have to put on a tank. I tell you, videography at its best. Let's go outside. As I said, I had already had my chickpeas and my kidney beans already ready to go. In the canner, there is 3 liters of water. That's for my canner, but make sure you know the instructions for your canner. So I am placing all the jars on the bottom here. And like I said, I'm able to fit 18 jars of the half liters. Then I take a divider and I place that in there and do my next layer. I had to shut off the video. My neighbor got home and the dogs went nuts. So now that I have all my jars in the pot, I'm going to place my lid. Before I place the lid, I always make sure everything is working fine, that the gauge is tight, the peak hole. I look through and make sure that there is no unobstructed view, and then lock it in place. Now, I'm going to light my flame and I'm going to vent this for 10 minutes. After venting, then what I'll do is put my weight gauge on. I'm in my altitude that I need 10 pounds of pressure. So I will put this on, get it up to 10 pounds of pressure, and time this for 75 minutes. Now, if you were doing liter jars, it would be 90 minutes. And that is as simple as it is. I told you, it's like canning water. So simple, you can do this, you're smart enough. So go out, can some beans, have your best life, and we'll see you next time.